Hello and welcome back. It has been a while. I want to get back into some Magic the Gathering Arena, and hopefully, this has been a little bit of a missed series. Today, we're going to be playing some Brawl. Because it is Wednesday at the time of this recording, which means there is some Wednesday brawling that will be happening. And if we have time, we might come up with a new Brawl deck to try out and do some brainstorming. Ooh. But right now, the pride and joy that I've been playing around with a lot is my Syr Konrad Brawl deck. It's pretty simple, just mono black, but it has a lot of interesting working parts with like Wand of the Vertebrae, which will come into play later on sometimes, where to let me recur my spells. Specifically, it's used to recycle things like Dead Rebels or Blood for Bones so that we can get our creatures back and keep these spells in play. Overall, the goal of the deck is simple. Get Syr Konrad out, get some creatures out, and then mess people up with a whole lot of kill spells. Which we have Prize for Fame, Dead Rebels, we got some Surveil. There's some tweaking I've been doing with this that I think I need to get rid of. Where was he? Mythic Vapors is mostly to get rid of the token nonsense that we have to deal with all the time. Rotting Regisaur is just a big beater. Forever Young is technically a win con in this deck. And the Eternal Taskmaster can keep recurring creatures to our hands, particularly our Plague Crafter. Because recurring this over and over again is one of the ways we will just keep the board very pressured. And I guess I have a Castle Lockbane. I could put that in now. Take out Swamp. There's some things that I've actually acquired recently, so we're going to modify this deck real quick. We're going to add in our Cauldron Familiar and our Witch's Oven. Actually, no, we're not going to be that guy. Where's the Cauldron Familiar? You can go away. We don't need you. I'm not that mean. But there are some new cards that I've recently got my hands on that I would like to add, like an Embodiment of Agonies, Witch's Vengeance is a pretty good board wipe. An Unholy Indenture would be nice, and a Ritual of Soot. The Borrow Witches is usually used to get our commander back, because half the time when our commander dies, Syr Konrad, we're just going to let him go to the graveyard and just bring him back through multiple means. I'm debating whether I want to put an Eye Collector in here, because it might be fun. The Sanitarium Skeleton is really useful. Vicious Rumors can be a nice tool. Do I have a Murder in here yet? If not, I should. Yeah, the classic Murder. And we can get a soul salvage. Yeah, I'm liking this more and more already. Spawn of Mayhem sees a lot of play, but I don't really like chunking myself down more than I feel is necessary. That might be good. Because we are just going to be funneling stuff into the graveyard over and over again. The Gravewalker is one of our win cons. And I like having a Haunt of Hightower. It's usually a useful tool to help gain life in the late game. And personally, I've relied a lot on it in the past. But we have tools like a Bag of Holding that I think I could add. Because it could just be a nice draw engine in the late game. I didn't know that I had gotten one of those recently. But I think we've hit peak usefulness at this point. Sorcerer's Spyglass is banned. And I think we've reached the limit of what we need. So now let's take some cards out of here. Doom Whisperer is very useful, and I kind of want to keep it in. Deadly Visit is kind of expensive, so I can get rid of that. Let's see, Haunt of Hightower I want that. This is useful because we have cards with multiple prices that are going to get milled into here. Do I have a Gorging Vulture? I do. Murderous Rider, Rotting Regisaur. Getting cards in graveyard is very useful. Price of Fame is super valuable in this format. Because anyone who's not running a Planeswalker as their commander, it's essentially a 2-mana kill spell. I think I can do without the Dreadhorde Invasion. We don't have synergies for that. Vicious Rumors, as much as I love this card, doesn't really do much. Kaya's Ghost Form is nice, but not needed. Because it will give us double trigger on Konrad, or even protect Konrad, so maybe I should keep it. Because it will always have a target, more or less. Ebon Legion is such a good card, and I hate to cut it, so I'll think about that. We need to cut 6 more cards. What's our land base looking like? 24? We're 19 creatures, which is kind of where I want to stay. So let's cut some spells. I guess we can cut Unholy Indenture because Kaya's Ghost Form is essentially just the better version of that. Soul Salvage I should definitely keep. Dead Revels is kind of expensive if we don't get the Spectacle off. But it is 2 creature cards regardless, so that might be worth the 4. Blood for Bones is literally just the better version. Price of Fame, we already talked about. Revenge of Ravens is such a good card that I want to keep it in. Hmm. I think I may have to drop the Foulmire Knight because it doesn't really do much for us other than a draw card for 3 mana, which is not worth it in my opinion. The Sanitarium Skeleton is a key combo piece. Do I need the Arcane Signet at all? I don't need the Mana Geode. Ramp is nice, but we don't need a lot of ramp in this deck, because once we've hit 6 mana, we're kind of done. We can cast anything in our deck, and then, for the most part, we'll be fine. So 2 ramp cards is more than enough. And you could even argue that we have a few little options here. You could even argue that we don't even need 24 land. Bond of Revival we need. Borrow Witches we need. Because the biggest thing that we're going to cast in this deck is Finale of Eternity. And I've only ever cast it for X equals 10 once with this deck. Do I need the Tutor spell? I guess it's always good to have. The Blood Operative can go. We don't have a lot of Surveil. The Scry is useful, but not necessary. And we've got better spells than Mythic Vapors now, so I think we're done. And let's give this a shot. Syr Konrad is definitely my favorite legendary from the Eldraine set. Because most people like to play him as a mill, but I just like the concept of constantly bringing my creatures back and then my opponent getting punished for that. I would like to have a kill spell. But 4 land is hard to pass up. And we could potentially Witch's Cottage to get something back as well. Oh, and that's the kill spell I wanted. Everything is coming up Millhouse. Though they were going up against a Judith. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So we'll start with the Araya. This is a card that would have been nice to have later on once we have some stuff in the graveyard. Oh. And we're gonna get some damage on the board because he put the Theater of Horrors out before Judith. Ooh, Plague Crafter. Might be safer to wait for the kill spell so that I could get Kaya out. So we're going to play it safe. And instead this turn, we're going to... Is this legendary? No, it's not. This is. That's why it's giving me the 2 prompt. I'm going to Wand of the Vertebrae. And then we'll tap that on his turn. We're going to just take our lumps. Oh, that's right. Creature in the graveyard already. It's because I want him to kill Araya. So that we can get some counters on this boy when we throw him out. So now I have a blocker for his Spawn of Mayhem, and this might just bait out a kill spell. But I want it to be big enough so that the Judith doesn't just poke it. And like I said, we have the mana we need, so we don't really need to be putting any more lands. So lands can all just go to the bottom. Put that on top. And now we have the ghost form here. And we can tap this again. And now we have our little engine going. That's bad, because now he has Menace on this big guy. And now I need to draw a flyer. So I'm gonna swing you and you here, because I need that thing to die. Yeah, let's keep milling. Maybe we'll hit something good. Yeah, kill stuff. I want stuff to die. And now we can block his big guy. This is a deck that I really love. Syr Konrad the Grim is such a great creature. I wish I had another card that could put my graveyard back in the deck in black. Then I could push Syr Konrad to his absolute limits. And if you play that Plague Crafter now, I'll just sack the skeleton. And you're going to get pinged for 2 damage because of Syr Konrad. And then I'm going to resurrect it to do an extra one just for the lulz. You smell that? That's the smell of victory, Judith. You should have replayed Judith. You can go to the graveyard. Did you not read what this did? It's about time. So I have a few different things I can do here. So I have 2 creatures in my graveyard. And it cost me 2 mana to shuffle that back in. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So, he's only got 5 life left. So we just need to get him down to 4. And then Revenge of Ravens will take him off. So I've got 7 mana. So we're going to go one of these. One of these. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3 creatures here. And then Price for Fame, Mausoleum. Submit 5. Good game. I love Syr Konrad. Why be a black mill card when you can mill yourself, put your deck back, shuffle your library and deck back together, and with your graveyard, and just chunk people down like that? Also, just Plaguecrafter is hilarious because it's just kill 2 creatures to get triggers off of Syr Konrad. This is my favorite build. And I don't know, I just don't have the words to express how many intricacies and different ways you can build with Syr Konrad. He's the most fun you can have with a mono black commander. And of course, we have options like Nico Bolas, the God Pharaoh. He's a gold card. The Gold Pharaoh. God Pharaoh. However, I've had some success in testing with Soren over here. Because if there's a problem with the meta right now, it's white-black is running rampant. It has all the best removal. It has all the best board wipes. Kaya's Wrath's about to rotate out, and I'm looking forward to that. And honestly, I don't think it can come soon enough. But yeah, this is basically the tribal vampire deck you've probably seen so many people use. Do I not have a... Let's put a Cryptic Caves and a Mobilized District and an Interplanar Beacon in there just because we can. Where is it? No, I don't want a Heraldic Banner. I think that's fun. This is a great mono white card, or mono color card in my opinion. Icon of Ancestry. Let's get all the vampires going. We don't need the Ajani's Pride Mate. Martyr for the Cause actually is a really funny combo with the Sorin. You can just keep killing it over and over again. And I don't need the Healer's Hawk. Righteousness is fun. Deadweight is fun. Kaya's Ghost Form is fun. Vampire the Dagger Moon. I don't really have ETBs, so the Just Cars Portal isn't super necessary. We have a lot of lifelink in this deck. But there's certain things that just get more and more meta as time goes on. Like Realm Cloaked Giant is super popular right now. Just to use it as a board wipe. Murderous Rider is good for Planeswalker removal. And Price of Fame should be in every Brawl deck if you can run it. So things that I should be taking out. Since we're going to go Vampire Tribal, I guess we don't need the Murderous Rider, though it's got more utility, so I'll keep it in. Pacifism has saved me more times than I would think. Deadweight can go, and Righteousness is a little bit finicky, so we don't need it. And the Mana Geode works out here. Icon of Ancestry. I don't like Vindictive Vampire. I don't feel like it works very well. I feel like the Cruel Celebrant works better, but we have it in there for redundancy for the time being. You can take out some land, so I don't... Witch's Cottage isn't super useful here, and Idyllic Range can go. Which means we can add in another kill spell. We'll put the Ritual Soot in. And Sorin is very straightforward. You play some vampires. You play some white spells, you play some black spells, you heal life, and you stall out the game, and then you kill anything that tries to stop you. Interesting. Now, that is a Planeswalker I hate seeing. Speaking of Planeswalkers I hate seeing, here's one I love seeing. It shuts down Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar. I don't have a turn 1 play, so we'll just put that down tapped. Got plenty of... We got a couple turn 2 and 3s, though. You know, for a deck that has all of these 1 mana creatures in it, you gotta love how inconsistent you don't get them. Unfortunately, this is non-land permanent exile, so that doesn't help me deal with her. Because her thing makes them still land. Although, if I can get her to sack her land base, that might be hilarious. Well, you're ramped into a blocker. And then once we get Sorin out, we can just -2 pluck away at her over and over again. Sorin's +2 is really good at just dealing with other planeswalkers. So let's start doing that.
Through feud or feast, your blood is mine. I abhor my need for blood.
Okay, I'm worried about this proliferate deck, so I'm gonna have to kill that Guardian project. This will be Nissa here, probably. That's bad. Luckily, we can get rid of that if she plays Nissa, because Revival will help. Or single combat. This will help get rid of that ooze. I kind of want to wait till he plays the... It's probably better to just play this now. We'll just plus him, because he can't kill it next turn. That was probably a misplay. Open the gates. I really need a land so I can get Kaya out. And exile that ooze before this person starts making a ton of tokens. I know you want to play it, because he will live. Weapon rack. That's not good.
You're working up my appetite.
Okay, so let's get that out of the way.
What a mess I've made.
I think I gotta start just building this thing up so that I can kill Nissa when she comes out. I hate green. Green is my least favorite color. I feel like it's so overpowered getting to play 3 mana 4/4s, and sometimes everything it does is just ramp out of control. I'm gonna always have more mana than you, and bigger creatures than you, and I'm gonna go face for trample. They literally have everything they need. The only argument you could have is they don't have a lot of kill spells, but they don't need them if they can just make everything bigger and trample through. I need that mana, and I need it now.
Didn't see a door, so I let myself in.
Didn't see the door, so I let myself in.
Apparitions come in many shapes, but they all look like a payday to me.
I require your body, not your soul.
We will not fail.
Ugh, she still has 4 mana for the Ooze token.
Rise, my elemental
Now she
friend.
has more than enough mana. Oh, let's just make it bigger. Why not? I need a kill spell, and I need it now. And she's gonna ultimate in 2 turns. Probably next turn, because I'm betting he has another proliferate spell in his hand. Oh, I think you made a mistake. One, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough mana to put 3 more counters on this, unfortunately. I should have been doing that with my spare mana turns ago, and I probably shouldn't have put this guy out. Maybe it was a good idea to put him out. Okay, so here is the plan of action. So we have my combo out. Let's get rid of Big Boy here.
I'm the best ghost hunter in the business.
+2 him and just keep punishing
Do
that.
not test me.
Vampirism is a useful trait.
And now I have an infinite combo here that I can use. Unfortunately,
Behold, nature's true power.
he has a lot more bigger creatures than me, but the threat of an indestructible Death Toucher that's just going to kill one of his things every turn might ward him off from attacking. Especially since I'm going to keep infinitely recurring Martyr for the Cause now, if I can stop his blockers. Which will eventually make it so that I can exile another thing. Of course you have enough to cast that for 10. I hate green. Green is so broken. Double mana with Nissa is so stupid. Mono green. I hate you. I hate this card so much. I've lost to this card so much, not even in this format, just in general. Maybe if I'm lucky, he's stupid and will go face. They all have vigilance, haste. They don't have trample though. And I think I win here in this trade-off. Let me declare blockers, please. Which one do I want to die most? Of course you had that. So it's dying no matter what. So let's block the 14/14. And this doesn't matter what it blocks, because then we will proc this, submit this. I don't know why it wouldn't let me submit it in response to that other thing. So I think the correct play is to just play you again and -2.
The ringing of my sword is your death knell. You belong to me now.
At least you get to see how this combo works. I got to go do the combo, which is these 3 cards together work great. He managed to get a proliferate out. I'm done. He has indestructible lands. So the combo is you sack the Martyr for the Cause to the Pontiff, which makes this indestructible and have Death Touch till end of turn. You -2 the Sorin to return the Martyr from the Cause back to the field, and Martyr from the Cause dying will proliferate the Sorin. And then you can just keep doing this over and over again. And just every other turn you +2 the Sorin to compensate. And basically every other turn you're going to just constantly pump 1/1 counters or your other planeswalkers. It just turns this into a black-white Super Friends deck. It's a very fun combo. And meanwhile, you're also giving a 2/2 indestructible and Death Touch that can just start swinging face at people. Or just block to keep other things alive and kill things while you keep your planeswalkers alive. Unfortunately, we went up against a Nissa, which I still think green is the most broken thing in all of Magic right now. But maybe we'll get a better matchup this time. If you get a Vindictive Vampire on the field or a Cruel Celebrant, every time you're doing this, you're doing 1 damage to your opponent and healing as well. And also, because everything you have has lifelink, you don't even need to sacrifice it if you want to. You could just swing with the 2/2 every turn as well, which now has lifelink because Sorin's on the field. And then if they die, they proliferate and you don't have to pay the mana for it. What on earth is this hand? I'm going to keep it just because I have Price for Fame. But we have another Vivian, another Planeswalker. It's going to be out probably faster than mine is. I hate mono green so much. The turn 3/5/5, because that's fair and balanced. I used to have a Murderous Rider for when I eventually have to deal with the nonsense of the Vivian, so I can kill it once. The game seems to love giving you this Arcane Signet. I feel like the shuffler is biased towards certain cards. Like, I bet if I put 4 of this in my deck in Standard, oh my. I'll wait for him to cast the Beast for when I Ritual Soot. So we'll just put this guy out as a blocker. And then we'll Ritual Soot everything on his turn. Now, if he's going to cast Vivian, I will still Ritual Soot, but I would have preferred him to have... Teferi's great.
I love everything from deer to dinosaurs.
I was hoping he'd cast the Lovestruck Beast.
My, how you've grown.
Oh my... I hate green so much. I wasted 4 mana on this blocker that now has Trample. I thought about making a Kenrith. We might do that later. We'll probably build a Kenrith deck. That's probably what we'll do next, because I want to play a Kenrith deck. Because I love 5-color. It's my favorite thing. I like making monocolored decks, and I like making 5-colored decks. This can't attack, so I don't care. So let's just get rid of that. And let's make this a black mana, and then we'll play it as a blocker in case he has a sneaky 1/1 that he's going to float out. Just in case. And then let's do consume. Just to get some of our life back. I love how much white-black is my favorite combination. It's just because there's so much removal and you have answers to everything. I can destroy enchantments, I can destroy artifacts, I can destroy creatures, and I can destroy planeswalkers. What more can you ask for? The ability to destroy emblems would be nice.
I'm gonna love tearing this place to the ground.
And now this dies next turn.
My, how you've grown.
So that did almost nothing. So we're going to mortify this. And we're going to cast our commander. And look, we're still at 19 life.
Stop this fight, but I will finish it.
I'm made for
Time
conflicts
for a
like
drink.
this.
Aid the Fallen is another good card that I don't remember if I put in this deck or not. I hope I did, because it lets you put a planeswalker and a creature from your graveyard to your hand. I think it's in here. Did I put anything in the bottom? I did. Murderous Rider. This planeswalker is really fun because it's... What? What did you just cast? Once in future. You gonna +1 her? And make it so that you can't fight with the Lovestruck Beast?
We're fit enough to survive.
So here's where the fun starts happening.
Somebody bothering you? I'll make them suffer.
So we're gonna get rid of this.
Watch your back from here on out.
And get rid of this. The Lovestruck Beast doesn't have haste, so I don't care how big you make it. And I don't need a land, so we can get rid of that. And we're gonna -4. So we have a blocker again. Such a good planeswalker for 4 mana. It's no Oko, but I'd say it's pretty close. This is my favorite planeswalker that I'm sad is going to leave standard in a few days, though.
I'd get out of the way if I were you.
It doesn't look like he realizes that I can kill the token. What was the question about? Oh, it's just gonna use fight spells. Oh, that's annoying. This Lovestruck Beast is never gonna fight anything, my friend. Um, Ravnica is about to leave Standard.
How did you do that?
When Theros drops.
I abhor.
You were lucky to get that close. I won't forget this.
I hope you have another one of those. It's just it got a lot of utility, and I love playing decks with heavy exile. She was really good back when you ran Settle the Wreckage, because you could exile a huge board state and then -5 her to... I've pinged somebody with 24 damage with her -5 before, and it feels great. And it's a 3-mana Planeswalker, and I felt like it was balanced for a 3-mana Planeswalker. I was told that it was rotating out on the 9th. I guess I might have been misinformed. Keeps playing 1/1s. A board wipe would be nice right about now. Is it too much to ask just to have you go at my face? Oh, it has trample. What's giving it trample? The game trample to end of that's so stupid. Well, we lost another matchup because mono green is a plague on our existence. I personally miss Ixalan. I was sad to see that get rotated out. I really want to just show off this deck, but it doesn't seem to be working out. I did some fine-tuning with this deck a while ago. This is a deck that's... It's red-white, but I like it. The theme here is just... all we do is make creatures big, we put counters on all of them. Everything has Mentor or has some sort of synergy with red-white. We've given... The game seems to just keep wanting to pin me up against these mono-green people. Have I tweaked this yet? Nah. Oh yeah, let's just do what I said I was gonna do. Let's make a Kenrith Brawl deck. And I think I have an idea in mind for how I'm gonna do it too. So we're gonna go to Format Brawl. We're gonna do what? Grab Kenrith. grab a Golos in there as well, and a Sphinx of the Guild Pact. Get rid of the gold card. So I'm going to grab a Castle Ardenvale. I'm going to grab a Giant Killer. And we're going to build a Happily Ever After deck. Is ideally the goal here. Resolute Watchdog? Nah. Outflank? Maybe not. So Brought Back is going to be useful. Charming Prince is super useful. Dawn of Hope is... maybe we won't need Dawn of Hope. But... Is there anything I absolutely need from white? Fires of Invention and the Cavaliers is something I do intend to put in here. I'm just thinking, is there any useful tools I should be putting in? Because I know Glass Casket is one. There we go. That Glass Casket's definitely going in. Prison Realm? Yeah, that's pretty useful. I'm debating whether or not I want to put Gideon in, though. Happily Ever After is our must include. Prison Realm. Rally to the Throne, maybe? Nah. Rising Populace. Hushbringer is, I think, a little bit broken, but I kind of want to run ETBs and Death Triggers, so I don't play it for that reason alone. Smothering Tithe might be a necessary. I need some planeswalkers. Question is, which Cavalier should I include? I feel like the black one might be nice, but they are a weird investment because they'll cost the 3 of a colored mana. I think single combat might be useful. Archway Angel might help out. And any board wipe we can grab is probably useful. Castle Vantress. So we're done with white. Now we need blue. Let's see. Drawn from Dreams. I don't think I have that card. I don't really have very many. What is Drawn from Dreams' rarity? Yeah, it's a rare one, so nah. It's pretty good. But so this is where I'll probably grab some of my instant sorceries, though. A Wall of Runes was going to be a good blocker. An Anticipate might be nice. Callous Dismissal is some nice removal for a variety of situations. Force someone to replay something. Fibblethip for the memes, right? Frogify. A 3/3 defender for 2 sounds nice. Now, what I wish I had was a plain white celebration. That's what I wish I had. Eyes Everywhere can help us set up our draws. And potentially steal something. Guild Summit, because I'm going to be running gates. Narset might be useful. I'll put Jace. Nah, not Jace. Oh, I have a Leyline of Anticipation. That's a good card, but I don't think I need it. Spark Double. I don't need Spark Double. Turn into Pumpkin. Let's see. How are we doing on enchantments? Got 6 enchantments. So maybe Flood of Tears is worth it, but maybe not. The Magic Mirror. Narset is just good in every format. There's a reason she's banned in some formats now. Okay, so Castle Lock Twain. Do I put Cat? It'd be funny. Just run a cat in the witch's oven. I feel like Sanitarium Skeleton's just good to have in general. Because it's a blocker you can recur. Order of Midnight has some versatility. Sorin's Thirst might ping something, but I don't want 2 black. Elder Spell, that's fun. Yeah, I need to start picking up copies of Tamiyo. There's a deck list that I kind of want that Tamiyo is required a couple copies of, and I'm going to probably secure those in the near future if I can. So, this might be good. Murderous Rider. I'm making a Brawl deck right now. There is a standard deck that I'm trying to build with Tameo, but it's if the rotation block is further out, I'm probably going to be able to finish it in time. It's a Syr Konrad deck, but it's a 3-color Syr Konrad deck. I believe somebody on YouTube has actually built a deck pretty similar to it. It might be Covert Go Blue or Merchant. I'm not entirely sure if I remember. Or maybe it was MTG Jeff. Somebody has a really good Syr Konrad deck that I want to play around with. Price of Fame. Revenge of Ravens. We're at 52 cards and we're not even at red yet. Cavalcade of Calamity. I need to make a Cavalcade deck at some point. Fling the memes. Yeah, Lava Coil is a pretty reliable damage. Although I might go Jaya's Greeting for the Scry. Tybalt is actually pretty good in my opinion. And it has some synergy with Happily Ever After. Stop, yeah, I don't have mythic cards to be burning on that. Oh boy. Let's see. Really. Grazer might be useful. Goose is a must. Open the gates. Now, green is where a lot of this ramp comes from. Bond of Flourishing. Anything that helps me dig. Make an elk. Elk sounds fun. Paradise Druid. Put a Return to Nature in there. Your Urban Utopia is an underrated card in my opinion. District Guide. I'll grab a Gatebreaker Ram, because I am going to be running gates in this. And Lovestruck Beast is just good for shutting down a little bit of early game. Now, Pause for Reflection might come in handy. Surreptitious Root. Ooze, Cavalier of Thorns, maybe? If I put a Cavalier in, that one for sure. Feasting Troll King. That might win games. Okay, let's go through the dual cards. Gate. Guildgate. 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 That might be fine. Gate. I should really pick up a Plaza of Harmony at some point. And Blast Zone, Command Tower, Cryptic Caves, Evolving Wilds, Fabled Passage, Mobilized District, and let's see what other colorless cards I could fit in here. It might be useful. Mana Geode, Spinning Wheel, Firemind Vessel. Okay, now I gotta look at the spread. Okay. I'm only at 80 cards. Now we cut. Although I could probably look for some more land variety. This deck is a mess. So, those can go. We're not going to be aggressive enough to use that. What needs cutting? Blue and green primarily. White could be whittled down a little bit. Realm Cloak Giant might be a bit much. Castle Ardenvale, Castle Vantress, Castle Locktwain. Castle Embereth for sure. Still a lot of cuts. Fibblefip. So much of this is ramp and not even anything else. I guess we could drop the New Horizons. Pause for reflection I should probably keep. Oh, this is so hard. I'm not sure what I should do. Oh, that goes away for sure. I It's so hard to cut stuff. Maybe Kenrith is just not designed for this format that much. What needs to go? I don't think I need the Fire Mind Vessel. Kaya's Wrath is too many colors. Oh, we've narrowed this down quite a bit. What do I have too much of? Creatures? I guess creatures can get thinned down a bit. Order of Midnight doesn't really have a lot of targets. Price of Fame is just a necessity for the format. Anticipate might be able to get cut. We're getting there. We got a lot of ramp, so maybe I can cut some land. I don't really need Narset. There's not a lot of non-land stuff in here. Permanent card. Three more. Done. And just enough time to test this jank deck. Let's see what it matches us up against. An Aurelia deck. Because of course. Really, man? Oh, that's mean. I have a fish. we go. Now I have some value going. Flavor text. Land is always nice. And I can cast Kenrith next turn. I'm pretty sure of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can cast him next turn. Are you sure you want to do that? I'll let the 2 through. Give everything for a strike. I don't care. Or buff everything. I don't care if it all dies. Waste it now and the 5/5 will come out next turn. I don't think I have enough instants or sorceries in this deck. Now we wait. Well, his commander's a 3/3. I'm just gonna keep that going. It's a long road ahead. only have two white sources right now.
You will feel the lick of my flames. Might demands power.
That's gonna be a problem. Oh, he's gonna force me to swing into him. Does he not count as 5 colors?
Listen to them roar.
There we go. And that will slowly chip away.
You are bold.
You want to go, tough guy?
I will call the dragons.
Oh, that's so annoying.
There's no problem fire can't solve.
He scooped it up. I think he realized that he was done. And in a blocker that he can't destroy was about to come out. And I think we'll end it on this high note here. We built a brawl deck and it won. I'm gonna quit while we're ahead. So until next time, I guess we'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.